Hola everyone! For today's video, we are going to learn about one of the teaching methods that we are going to use in teaching science. It is the Expressional-Creative Activities. And under this, we have role-playing, written or oral reports, simulated games, manipulative and investigatory projects, episodes in the lives of scientists and technologists, and newspaper clippings. Expressional creative activities. From the two words expressional and creative, these activities will definitely showcase the students' creativity and also the cooperation within the group and will help them to express themselves more. We will start with role-playing. According to a constructivist view of learning and teaching, learning science is an active process in which students construct their own understanding of the life events. And that is why role-playing is one of the teaching methods in teaching science. And there are 5 categories of role-play. The first one is game or games. Memory games, for example. You can ask students to remember everything that was on the table after looking at it for like 5 or 10 minutes. So the curriculum applications, it can be in physics apparatus, physics terms, and fuels. The next one is presentation. For example, in a science play, you can group the students, prepare short or extended plays about science, scientists, or invention. In the curriculum application, you can use life histories of scientists like Faraday, history of science discoveries, histories on inventions and effects of science in society. The next one will be investigations. For example, experiments and investigations. It can be individual or group experiments. So the curriculum application, it can be electromagnetism topic or the plate tectonic theory topic, and anything that can be investigated and experiment on. Next is analogy role play. In this, you can use the children as objects or elements of scientific theory. So the curriculum applications, it can be in the states of matter, electric circuits, or chemical reactions. So in this analogy role play, you can use the students or the children for them to be able to understand the lesson and for them to be involved in the topic. The last one is simulations in physics. Interactive collaborative problem solving. So simulated meetings, debates, web-based role-play simulations. In the curriculum applications, it can be use of nuclear fuel. You can let the students debate about it and the alternative energy resources. The second teaching method that we can use is written or oral reports. Written report, it is a visual aid to communication, while oral report, it is a face-to-face communication about something seen, observed, or investigated. Written report can provide a copy or evidence, and it can also enhance critical thinking, while oral report, it allows individuals to present their thoughts and views confidently in front of an audience, and it is an effective way to increase students' awareness of communication skills. Example of oral reports, you can assign the students, individual or by group, for the topics like in physics, it depends in physics or in earth and life science. In physics, like the state of matter, you can assign them in a certain topic that they can report on or they can experiment, and then they can give to the class or share to the class what they have gathered. In written reports, it can be in a way of journal after the lesson or the class, you can ask them to write what they have learned, and that is a written report. The third teaching method is manipulative and investigatory projects. So what is manipulation? These are the physical tools of teaching, engaging students visually and physically with objects, especially in learning science. So we have science tools like eyedropper, hand lens, globe, goggles, measuring cup, and microscope. These tools can be used in the experiments or when you want to let the students really understand what are the materials or tools needed in the class or the science lesson. Investigatory, a science experiment where you start an issue or problem and conduct research or an investigation to decide what you think the outcome will be. For example, you can have the SIP or the Science Investigatory Project for the students. So what is the importance of manipulation and investigatory project? It enables the students to analyze a scientific occurrence and to solve a problem with an invention. And students will learn how to apply the acquired knowledge, scientific concept, theories, principles, and law of nature. And lastly, the students will be more engaged and more interested in the lesson that you are discussing or talking about. Simulated games. A simulation is a way of imitating a process or change in the real world to predict what will happen or explain what did happen and why. Simulated games are designed to test your knowledge or gain a deeper understanding of the science lesson. For example, in the website of the UCAR or UCAR Center for Science Education, it has a collection of games and simulations related to weather, climate, atmospheric science, and space weather education. For example, the atmospheric chemistry memory game. This can test your memory while you learn about the chemistry of Earth's atmosphere. The second is Climate Sensitivity Calculator. This simple interactive shows how Earth's temperature rises as the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases. And the third one is the Cloud Matching Game. How well can you identify cloud types? You can try this matching game and test your skill. So those are just some of the games in the website of the UCAR Center for Science Education. You can check it out and you can play and learn. The fifth teaching method is the use of episodes in the lives of scientists and technologists. So why are we using this teaching method? It helps us to know the great scientists and technologists and their inventions as well as their discoveries. And we can understand where a certain or when a certain thing is coming from. Here are some scientists and technologists. We have Sir Isaac Newton, we have James Prescott Joule, Albert Einstein, George Ohm, Sir Thomas Edison, and some great women who contributed in the field of technology. Their lives can be an inspiration to many students, especially to those students who are curious and really want to be a scientist or technologist in the future. The last activity for expressional creative activities, we have newspaper clippings. So it helps learners become a better learner because they can enhance their writing skills and reading skills. It also deals in what's happening here and now since we are using newspaper. And it also bridges the gap between the classroom and outside or the real world. And these are a cost-effective way to educate the students. Example activities Under newspaper clippings, we have the matter scavenger hunt. So the students are asked or instructed to look for the matter in the newspaper with the given adjectives. The second activity is find the correct one. The aim of this activity is providing students to use matter, object, material, and tool conceptions correctly in a sentence. So the whole newspaper was used in this activity, and students needs to find 5 sentences which includes matter, object, material, and tool concepts. Again, these are the activities under expressional creative activities that we can use in teaching science. We have role-playing, written or oral reports, simulated games, manipulative or investigatory projects, episodes in the lives of scientists and technologists, and newspaper clippings.